Welcome back to Client Side Chats. We have a great special guest here today. We have Scott Shackelford. He is the Corporate Program Manager for EH&S for Simpson Strong-Tie. And hey, Scott, how are you doing this morning?
Doing great, James.
Good.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
Great to have you here. Hey, and a reminder, everybody, please go ahead and be sure that you follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and our Vimeo and YouTube channels. And sorry, Scott, didn't mean to just kind of like throw that over you here after we do
That's
the
okay.
introduction.
No
but this
problem.
is raw and open discussion time. So
that's right. Simpson also has those to follow. So look that up. #StrongTie.
There you go. Awesome. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining us on Client Side Chats today. I did kind of want to, hand it over to you here. Really, the question is, how have you been handling the COVID situation in your organization as a safety manager, actually the global safety manager, if you will. But also, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what Simpson Strong-Tie does too? So please, Scott, go ahead.
So I do work for Simpson Strong-Tie. It's a global publicly traded company that for more than 60 years has dedicated itself to creating structural solutions and technology to help people design and build safer, stronger homes and buildings.
There's some pretty cool things out there on the YouTube channel that you guys have that show some of the earthquake strength and hurricane strength of your products. So sorry, Scott, didn't mean to interrupt. Please go ahead.
Oh, no problem. There are plenty of media options out there to kind of see the validity of the product, some cool stories that have been told. Unfortunately, most of the stories that are of interest are after a natural disaster of some sort to demonstrate the kind of livelihood and value of our product. But Simpson makes a plethora of parts and support systems, from structural connectors, fasteners, fastening systems, anchors, and including software solutions to help put a lot of that together on the planning part.
Excellent. So, thanks for that. And I have to tell you, it's been a pleasure working with you and your company for many, many years. It's been very much an enjoyable thing, and to watch the whole EHS process just elevate just immensely and really take root and really take hold. I know your company has very much embraced safety, which is a great thing. So with that, how have you guys handled the COVID situation, the impact?
Fantastic question in the middle of 2020. Right. So Simpson, because of our relationship and the nature of our products, being deeply rooted in the construction industry, we've been able to keep our doors open so far throughout the beginning of the pandemic. And that's been very valuable to us because we've been able to learn a lot of lessons early on that companies are just now realizing as they reopen. But it put a spotlight on EHS, to be honest with you. It put a lot of pressure on our health and safety team globally, because the pandemic reached all four corners of the globe. As they say, there was really no location that was able to sort of dodge this. So we were all in on it. But specifically, our ability to provide services during this crisis and continue to deliver a high quality service to our internal customers was challenged. So all aspects of our business felt the pressure, but none greater than the health and safety individuals at Simpson. And I just couldn't be more proud of our team globally for being able to step in and understand, this is what we train for. We don't have background in pandemics, particularly with the virus. However, we do train in leadership around emergency response and trying to be prepared and trying to maintain some level of calmness during an emergency so that we can think, what could the next steps be? And let's talk about those and let's put those to action if we all agree. So we've really been able to get investment from all levels of leadership across Simpson. They made an immediate decision when the pandemic broke out in March to send all of our non-production employees home. That was globally, so they could continue to work remotely. And that allowed us to initially kind of take that hazard removal process for those employees and just keep them at home where they could manage themselves in a safe environment and ensure that as our knowledge grew of how the virus spreads, that at least our on-site headcount was reduced to only production staff. And that was a great potential risk reduction method that we've seen now 4 months later work tremendously in our favor.
Excellent. So, and I know when you're talking about leadership, I know you have definitely been involved with the board of directors as well, keeping them apprised, but also working together to make decisions strategically that need to be deployed almost immediately, correct? I know you've shared with us a slide of that example, correct?
That's correct. We participate within local and enterprise level crisis management teams to support individual business units, regions, and of course myself sitting at our home office on a global scale. And we have an open relationship with our board of directors. Our CEO is intimately involved in this, and Karen Colonius has been nothing short of an amazing leader in continuing to push the vision of our business while putting our employees' safety first, which is an expression that's often used, but challenged in colors that we wouldn't have imagined. And this was really an opportunity for us to walk the walk in that regard. So all hands on deck, as they say, and it isn't just the operation folks. We've all had to go through this journey together. So it's just been very impressive and left everyone sort of on a positive uptick, given how dire the situation is.
No kidding. I know it could have really had quite detrimental effect on the business. And I do have to say, having, again, worked with you guys for a while, it's very apparent that your leadership is really embraced with safety, that safety is really a very important thing, including with Karen. I know it goes all the way to the top. But Scott, anything you want to say before we depart?
I really think that, when you get to the bones of it, all of our employees at Simpson certainly have a safety mindset. I think they've always had it. And we've always been looking to explore ways to positively challenge that. This was not our idea internally to challenge them in this regard, as it was anyone's. And I think that we have been sort of moved in a way to see our employees rise to the occasion in this regard and really look out for one another. Not just in the production floor, but virtually as well, keeping our fellow Simpson family members at the front of our minds to make sure that nobody's forgotten in this. So I'm really happy to continue the collaboration with your company, James, and being able to continue to challenge us from an external set of eyes, making sure that all this lip service that I feel like I may be offering in said videos, is really legitimate, right? That we are walking the walk, because that's something that is a core value of ours. And so I thank you for your partnership, for continuing to work with our company and motivating and pushing us down the right path.
Well, it's always been a pleasure, and thank you, Scott, too, for being on and joining us today. If you're good with it, we'll check in with you as we move forward in this whole era and see how things are going.
Absolutely. I'm always open.
Thank you, Scott. Take care. We'll talk soon.